Hello everyone, just you have to check this part of the grammar. Okay, welcome to this session. Today we are going to learn something about modals of necessity, have to, must, permission, obligation, so on. Okay, here in the speaking, you have where do you think this man is working? Do you know anyone that works from an official place? Why? Well, practically this is home office like us. And why? Maybe because of pandemic, no? Please, you have to check it and scan this code in order to do a similar audio. Do you think the man is telecommunicating because he chooses to or because he has to? Maybe pandemia obligates us to do it, no? So that is why we have to do it. How much choice do most people have about where or how they work or study? For ideas, watch Angie's video. So let's check.
Many people don't have the possibility to work as they would like to. That is the reason why they are not really happy and they don't have the proper results. I recommend to make better decisions, otherwise they are not going to be able to be really successful.
Everything is about decisions, so tell me an idea about it. In the next part, you have building a future, college subject. And you have some vocabulary, architecture, chemistry, education, so on. Let's listen and repeat.
Lesson 9.1, page 86. Exercise 1A.
Architecture,
Architecture,
biology,
biology,
business,
business,
chemistry,
chemistry,
computer science,
computer science,
economics,
economics,
education,
education,
engineering,
engineering,
law,
law,
medicine,
medicine,
physics,
physics,
political science.
political science. Just you have to practice and repeat them, no? In this part, you got the language in context. It says, what jobs you think the subject in exercise 1A are useful for and why? Probably education, because without education, nobody could get a good job or get a profession, you know? Here you have read and listen to the conversation between two cousins. Here you have the audio.
Lesson 9.1, page 86. Exercises 2B and 2C.
So, when will you start training as a mechanic?
Well, actually, I'm going to get a degree in automotive engineering instead.
Why do you need to get a degree? I thought you were going to work in your dad's garage.
I am, but Dad says I have to get a degree first. Anyway, what about you?
I'm going to create my own program of study. I want to take courses in business, education, and maybe biology.
Wow, that's an interesting mix. But don't you have to choose a major?
No, it's like I'm creating my own major. Here, this is from the college website. Applicants must take 120 credits of any subject to get a degree.
Interesting. So, what kind of job do you want to get after that?
For now, I'm going to take classes I like and see how it goes. I don't have to choose a job yet.
True. Well, with a degree like that, I guess you'll be ready for anything.
Okay, welcome, Cesar. This is part of the conversation. So in this one, just you have to complete with this code. So let's check.
I don't think I'd like to create my own major because I want to be an architect, so I think a degree with set courses is the best for me.
Okay, here in the questions, you have, and let me show you the letter B questions. Read and listen to conversation between two cousins. Have they thought about their future jobs? What are they doing? What are they going to do? For example, Luca has thought about his future job, no? But Ian hasn't. Luca is going to work his dad garage as a mechanic. Ian is going to choose a job later. So we have different thinkings here. For the last one, it said, how is Ian program different from Luca? Ian is going to create his own program, mixing several different subjects, majors, areas. And here, Andrea tells us that it's important to get his own major, but it's more important to study, no? And here you have, we use see how it goes to say we will allow a situation to develop for some time before we make a decision. So this is the insider English. So practically they was listening and responding answers. The most important in this part is the modals. Modals of necessity. Have to, need to, must. And that is why it's a necessity. For example, number 1. Use have to, need to, or must to say something is necessary or not necessary. In this case, is necessary. That's the rule. Use don't have to or don't need to say that something is not necessary. After have to, need to, or must, use the base form. In this case, of the verb. I have to get a degree first. It's like, tengo que obtener mi título primero. I don't have to choose a job yet. Aún no tengo por qué escoger un trabajo. Applicants must take 120 credits of any subject to get a degree. Pues los aplicantes deben tener al menos esos 120 créditos para obtener un buen título. Why do you need to get a degree? ¿Por qué necesitas tener un título? Don't you have to choose a major? No tendrías que escoger this part. Okay, let me show you another thing. There is an exercise online that I'm going to share with you. So for example, here you have must, have to. Mustn't, don't have to. Must, usage, express personal obligation, express what the speaker thinks is necessary, express subjective obligation. You must work hard. Tú debes trabajar duro. All passengers must wear seat belts. Todos los pasajeros deben de utilizar sus cinturones de seguridad. Have to express impersonal obligation. The subject is obligated or forced to act by a separate external power, for example, the law or school rules. Express objective obligation. I have to leave early today. Me tengo que ir temprano hoy. You will have to pay for this excess. Tendrás que pagar por el exceso. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Este must es una obligación personal y have to es impersonal, que quiere decir que te ves obligado por una fuerza externa a hacerlo. Mustn't, por el contrario, it's a prohibition, it's not allowed. It's important that you do not do something. The prohibition can be subjective, the speaker's opinion, or objective. Examples, children mustn't talk to strangers. Aquí sí está prohibido, no tienes, no debes de hacerlo. Los niños no deben de hablar con extraños. Cars mustn't park in front of the entrance. Y los autos no deben de estacionarse en frente de la entrada. Por otro lado, tenemos don't have to. There is no obligation. You are not required to do something specifically if you don't want to. Aquí este don't have to no es obligación. No está requerido que lo hagas por algo, especialmente si tú no lo quieres. You don't have to make excuses for her. pues no tienes que darle excusas. ¿A quién? A ella, ¿no? You don't have to whisper. No one can hear us. No tienes que susurrar porque nadie nos escucha. So those are the main ideas for this. In this exercise, it's between the screen. You have to observe some rules and tell us what can you or can do. Okay, example. Modals, permission, obligation, prohibition. Teachers can or don't have to wear ties. What's your option? Can't or don't have to? It's necessary to wear ties. Remember what is a tie? Las corbatas.
Hello, teacher. Don't
Hello.
have to.
Don't have to. Students need or have to study. Students needn't or have to study.
Needn't.
Los alumnos no necesitan estudiar. That's needn't. No necesitan o tienen que estudiar.
Bueno.
Ah, ok.
Tienen que.
Have to. Students mustn't or have to copy exams answers from others. Ajá. No deben o tienen que copiar las respuestas de los otros. Mustn't, no, is prohibition. Well, students can or must take extra classes if they like. Pueden o deben tomar extra clases si ellos quieren. A ellos les gusta.
Must, teacher.
Ok, ellos deben tomar extra clases si ellos les gusta. 5, students needn't or must show respect to others. No necesitan
Must.
o deben. Must. Ok. Then students can't or needn't study a second foreign language. Can't or needn't. Well, estudiar un
Needn't.
segundo. Ok. Teachers must or mustn't drink coffee during class.
Hijo, ahí es criterio personal.
Ah,
Yo digo que
mustn't. There is no sitting chart, so students can or needn't sit where they like.
Can't.
9, teachers don't have to or must come to class prepared.
Must.
I must. Students have to or can't go barefoot in school.
Have to.
Okay, just let's check this quick exercise. 8 from 10, because students can take extra classes if they like. Si ven, esta es como si ellos quieren, si ellos gustan, pues es algo que pueden hacer, no es como algo obligatorio. Y en esta, pues no. Can't, no pueden. No es de que tengan que, no pueden. So that's practically the first part of this. In this video, we have more modals. Check.
Modals of necessity. I have to get to work.
Oh no. Oh no. It's 8 o'clock. Why didn't you wake me? You knew I had to be up by 7? I'm giving my presentation today. Oh, it's so late. I need to brush my teeth. I have to comb my hair. I need to get dressed. Don't you understand? Of course you don't. You don't need to do anything. This is impossible. Ah! My presentation starts in 40 minutes. Look, all presenters must arrive 15 minutes early. Do you see that? Must arrive? Must? You only had one job, to wake me up. Oh, what do you care? You don't have to give a presentation. Well, that's it. I don't have to stand for this. I must have a more reliable alarm. Okay. If I leave right now, I can just make it. I have to be on time. Do I have everything? I need to bring my laptop, my ID badge, notes, keys. Got it. Oh no! I need to feed you. Ugh. I have to be on time. I need to bring my laptop, my ID badge, my notes.
Here, have to, need to. I have to be on time. Tengo que estar a tiempo. I need to bring. Necesito llevar mi laptop, etc.
Use have to and need to say that something is necessary.
I have to feed the cat. You don't have to give a presentation. You don't need to do anything.
Don't have to give a presentation. Tú no tienes que hacer esto. Tú no tienes que hacer lo otro. No tienes que soportar esto.
I don't have to stand for this.
Use don't have to and don't need to say that something isn't necessary. Use must in more formal situations.
All presenters must arrive 15 minutes early.
Y aquí la clave del must es como lo mencionan, ¿no? Cuando algo realmente es como súper formal, bien necesario. Must, debes de.
After have to, need to, and must, use the base form of the verb.
I need to brush my teeth. I have to comb my hair. I need to get dressed. I must have a reliable alarm.
Y aquí, have to, need to, must siempre van seguidos del verbo en su forma infinitiva. I need to brush my teeth. Necesito cepillar mis dientes. I have to comb my hair. Necesito igual peinar mi cabello. I need to get dressed. Necesito vestirme. I must have a reliable alarm. Debo tener una alarma más confiable. Esos son ciertos modales. Questions? No questions? I hope no questions.
Not chair.
Okay, the second and the last rule for this part of this grammar is modals of prohibition and permission. As the name says, one of is prohibition and the other is permission.
Modals of prohibition and permission. Can I ask a question?
Hello, everyone. Can I have your attention, please? Thank you. I'm now going to give you some information about our exciting trip to Barcelona, and you can ask questions at the end if you want to.
Excuse me, may I record this? My memory's terrible.
Yes, of course you may. Okay, every morning there will be a breakfast buffet at 7 a.m., and we will leave the hotel at 8 a.m.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Can we bring food and drinks onto the coach?
You may bring snacks and drinks on board, but all cups or bottles must have lids. let's go over some rules. You must not talk to the driver when the bus is moving. You will have an hour each day for lunch, and every evening...
I have a question.
Yes?
What about dinner?
Dinner will be served every evening at 8 p.m., and you...
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm a vegetarian, so...
No problem. You'll be given a menu each evening, which includes a vegetarian option. But once you have chosen your meal, you can't change your mind. Okay, we are ready. Any questions?
Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. It didn't record. Could you go through that again?
Yes, of course.
Ay,
Use can, may, or could to ask if you are allowed to do something.
he is like asking this in this way. Can I ask a question? May, so, and could. So for permission, you need can, may, or could.
Can I ask a question? May I record this? Could you go through that again?
Use can or may to say you are allowed to do something.
You can ask questions at the end. Yes, of course you may.
You can use could to ask for permission, but not to give permission.
Mhm. Ask for permission is in the question, and in the answer, you have to use can or may. That's the rule.
Use can't or must not to say you aren't allowed to do something.
Once you have chosen your meal, you can't change your mind. You must not talk to the driver when the bus is moving.
Y aquí las prohibiciones son esas, ¿no? Con can't or must not. Una vez que hayan escogido su comida, no pueden cambiar de opinión y no deben de hablar con el conductor cuando el autobús esté en movimiento.
Must not is stronger than can't.
Must not, así como vieron los músculos, es más fuerte que can't, ¿no? Cuando de verdad algo no está permitido, se utiliza must. Cuando decimos que algo está semi prohibido, por así decirlo, como aquí en México, utilizamos can't. Ok, y esa es la parte de esto. Questions until here? No? It's okay.
No, teacher. El must es no debe o debes y el can es no puedes o puedes.
Exactly. So in this part, you have some exercises that I'm going to send you in WhatsApp. Some answers for this. So today is lesson 9.1, 9.2 until here. Here we have another, for example, circle the correct answer, use the sentences in the grammar box to help you. Here we have to color the rule that we have seen. In this case, use can't or must not to say that you are or aren't allowed to do something. In this case, you aren't. You can use may or could to say you are or aren't. In this case, is are. Okay. And this is an exercise that we have to do in the book, right? So I hope that you have no questions.